And now, it's time for your, what, are you kidding me? Stories of the day.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you all for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your What Are You Kidding Me anchor man, standing by with the news that did not make the news. And if you don't mind, I'd like to take you out of Florida, a very special What the Florida story. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. About a week and a half ago, a man in Fort Pierce, Florida was celebrating his 56th birthday, and he got really, really angry when his neighbors refused to come over to the party and get drunk with him. So he called 911 to report them for it twice.
What?
For not showing up to his birthday party. And police arrested him for disorderly intoxication and misusing 911. I feel really bad because nobody showed up to his party.
You know who showed up? The cops.
The popo.
You know, if he wasn't a 56-year-old man and he was, let's say, like a 12-year-old girl and this happens, this would be a totally different story. This would be a good stuff story because they would come and hang out.
Because they arrested her?
No, because they would come and hang out with her.
And give her a birthday?
Yeah.
But this guy just happens to be 56 years old, and they just think he's a lonely, crazy drunk.
It's kind of like age discrimination.
Yeah.
In a
It's
sense.
not fair. You know what? He should have got on Facebook and said, hey, I'm lonely. Nobody came to my party. Who wants to show up?
Probably nobody would have came. But
All right, let's go to page 2.
What are you kidding me?
I'm going to take you out of Pennsylvania. He didn't choose wisely. I feel really bad for this gentleman. A 54-year-old guy named Stephen Haynes from Huntington, Pennsylvania had serious pain in his right pork and beans for a guy, if you know what I mean, in his right one. And he had this pain in one of his pork and beans for over a decade.
Huh?
So back in 2013, he went to a urologist to have it removed, but the doctor took the wrong one. So Stephen sued him, and just last week, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a follow-up report. A jury awarded him with $870,000. I think that one is definitely worth a lot more than that.
well,
I'd be making him pay.
my question is, if he took the wrong one, does that mean they got to take the other one now? And that means
Yes.
he only has
That's the
pork
problem.
Right.
and no beans?
Jen, that's a great way of explaining it. And there you go. You got the
What are you kidding me?
stories of the day breaking every single hour.
F-I-T with a Z, players.
Now back to the Fitz Show.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference.
There are a couple people on this show that want to make a change in their life today. They want to make a change for the better. They want to make it different. They want to make it right. Want to make it right. They want to do all that good stuff.
Nice, dude.
And so I want to know from the individuals who've decided to make changes today. I want you to tell me why you want to make these changes and what the change is gonna be. I'll kick it off with Drew over there. Hey, Drew.
How's it going?
Are you uncomfortable with talking about this change? You seem like you're really uncomfortable with
I just
it.
don't want people to get the wrong idea about my change.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you change.
And it's your change at the end of the day.
Yes.
I just want to be more proactive about, we talked about it a couple days ago. I tend to wear like the same pair of pants, sometimes 3-4 days, even a week, 5 days in a row. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel weird to me. It's just this habit. End of the day,
that's
you
weird.
take them off, you
That
set
is-
them on the chair.
That is straight up
See,
weird.
I knew you'd say that.
Straight up weird, man.
But you never noticed, did you?
It's gross.
Quite disgusting.
Now that I tell you, you think
You're
it's
right.
gross.
No, I never noticed. You're right about that.
See?
I
Because no
do-
one's looking at my pants, and I think that's the habit I got in my head. Like, no one cares what I wear, so I
Yeah.
wear the same pair of pants every day.
No wonder your dog grabs them when you get home and pulls them up on the couch.
He does make a little nest out of them.
Gross.
I put him on this chair next to the bed.
So what you're saying is, based off that conversation, you're gonna try to change your pants more often.
Well, you know what you need to do,
I
Drew?
think that's a big step. Let's support it. I want to support that.
Good
Thank you.
job.
I'm gonna find Drew a good pair of skinny jeans. He needs to get
Not
with the
going to
times.
happen, buddy. Won't happen.
Good God. Okay, what about you, Tanner the Millennial? What change are you making today?
For me, when I started going to college, I had the freshman 15, then the freshman 15 turned to the 25, the 35. Then the next thing I know, it's the freshman 50.
Yeah,
And
I understand. Yeah.
And I need to drop some LBs.
Well, everybody thinks that once they get to college, they can continue to eat the way they did when they were in high school, and that is not the case.
Right.
So what changes are you going to make?
What I'm going to make is every time I eat or even snack, I'm going to do 30 push-ups and 20 sit-ups.
Nice.
Gonna make a change for once in my life.
Jenna, do you have any changes you want to make today?
I am going to work on truly being more like, what would Jesus do? Because I am so judgmental, and it's not the same.
you
of
are.
What would Jesus judge about? It's the fact that I need to be more nice, because sometimes, like, I was listening to them and I was like, ugh, you're never going to do that. Ugh, 20 push-ups, 20 pull-ups.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're really going to do something. And then I realized, like, I'm kind of a jerk.
Yeah, so basically what you're also saying is you're also going to be working on your anger issues too.
Yeah. Self-reflection of my attitude.
How about your meltdowns? You're going to work on those too?
How about your meltdowns?
Now, Jenna, you're going back.
Eat your feelings. That's your problem.
Yeah, Jenny, you got a lot of work to do.
See, guys.
Go eat another cheeseburger, Tanner.
See, this is affecting our chain.
The radio honky tonk for your badonkadonk.
Big Kenny! It's the Fitz Show.
For Tuesday, June 20th, 2017, everybody on the show is going to pick a headline that we think you need to know today. And it could be anything. Like, this is a cool thing about it. Like, everybody gets to choose kind of whatever they want to talk about. I'm going to kick it off with a story about the movie The Shawshank Redemption, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Of course. One of everyone's favorite movies.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most shown movies on cable.
I think it's on a couple times a day on many networks, right?
Yeah.
The mighty oak tree from The Shawshank Redemption is gone, but you could own a piece of it forever if you're willing to shell out a little bit of cash. There's a website called Natural Wood Mirrors, and they're selling products made of wood from the actual tree, like keychains, bottle openers, stuff like that, for like $40 to $130.
What?
Isn't that cool?
I would buy one.
And the openers are shaped like the rock hammer that Andy used, to kind of dig his way out of Shawshank. Mm-hmm. There's also bottles of sawdust in different sizes, ranging in price from $20 to $55.
That's not bad.
From the same tree, Andy Dufresne. Remember where Andy left his letter in the box?
Tin. Yeah, the little tin under the stone at the end of the wall, the obsidian rock.
Andy
remember?
Dufresne.
Yes.
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne?
My buddy Andy Dufresne. But yeah, you could buy a little piece of that really, really cool, amazing tree. Anybody remember the place where Andy and his buddy Red?
Yeah.
What was the name of that island in Mexico?
Zihuatanejo.
Zihuatanejo. Remember that place at the very end of Shawshank Redemption?
The little beach.
Tanner the Millennial. Have you ever seen the movie?
No, I haven't seen.
What?
Oh my gosh, Tanner the Millennial. Gosh, book report. You have to go home and watch that today. Drew, what you got over there? Choose your news.
Well, the Russian situation's heating up. They are now warning the U.S. after the U.S. shot down a Syrian fighter jet. The Russians are saying we will now view every U.S. aircraft, drone, everything that's in the area as a potential target. So this situation around Syria is getting scary and dangerous. I'm really confused about, are we friends? Are we not friends? Like, our standing with Russia is very confusing right now.
You're right. I just saw this documentary of, what's the guy's name? Oliver Stone, who was interviewing Vladimir Putin. It's unbelievable.
Right. And,
Yeah.
and he's
It's like, I
doing
thought-
TV with Megyn Kelly. He's
Yeah.
doing interviews with Oliver Stone. Like,
Some people say that's his way of trying to reach out. Like, hey, guys, what's going on here? But I don't know. All right. Tanner the Millennial, choose your news. What's going on?
So a woman gave birth to a baby on Jet Airways on a flight going through India. And so what does this baby get? Well, they get a free lifetime air travel through the company.
Wow.
And just how awesome is that?
Wow, like a flight pass to fly wherever you want to fly in the world
Exactly.
forever?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Do the parents of the baby get the same thing?
Well, the baby gets a +1, so a passenger to go with. So,
See? Jenny, you got to get pregnant and have a baby on an airline.
Oh, okay.
yeah, from now on, you're just going to see nothing but pregnant ladies on the plane. Everyone's trying to get that anchor baby.
No, we said, have the baby on the airline. Don't get pregnant on the airline.
Oh, okay.
All right. Jenna, choose your news. What's going on?
So, researchers have actually figured out that cats date back 3,000 years all the way to Egypt, which a lot of us know. But the cool thing about it is that cats were actually bred to be companions when they went on trade routes with everybody to keep like the pests away because apparently they had way bigger pests back then.
And
there's Jenna's cat history of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
in,
Not even done.
in Egypt, cats were actually royalty.
They were buried with their actual
That's
companions.
great.
I love cats.
There's nothing like a good kitty cat story.
I thought it was really cool.
No, I think it's great. I think it's fascinating. What about dogs? Did they not do anything with dogs
Oh, they're
back
not
then?
that big a fan of dogs, but
That's
with
crazy.
the kitty cats, they were actually, that's where their playful nature comes from, is it dates back all the way to the Egyptians.
Oh, so the Egyptians made cats playful.
Yes.
Did they play with little cat and mouse toys?
All right, there you go. Choose your news on The Fitz Show.
The Fitz Show.
He's hilarious. F-I-T with a Z, players. Can I get a yeah? Come on now.
It's The Fitz Show.
Here we go. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. A woman done left.
All right, welcome. Welcome to the show. My name is Fitz with Drew and Tanner the Millennial. There's Jenna, my head of security. What is the most unusual job you've ever had? I want everybody to be thinking about that. Maybe it was a peanut inspector. Maybe it was a horse wrangler. Maybe it was a backup dancer. Believe it or not, there are some bizarre jobs that people have in our country. What about you? Any unusual jobs here on the show?
Yeah, I one summer I worked in a toilet paper warehouse because when you go buy that giant 36-pack of toilet paper, it doesn't come like that. Someone has to put it in
Oh,
those
you had to
packs.
package it up?
We packaged it.
Would you just kind of wrap it in the plastic?
It would come in a big box. You dump the box, throw it to your partner, and then you take the bag and you jam it over the toilet paper, flip it over, send it to your partner, he'd seal it.
That's
put it back
a
in the box.
trip.
It was crazy.
Hey, here's one for you. When I was in high school, actually, I made a lot of money. And by the way, hey, kids, but this summer, this is something you could do to make a crap load of money, and I will share it with you right now. I bought a lot of stencil, and I created my own stencil background, and I painted addresses on curbs.
Oh,
nice. I would charge $20 a curb, make sure the paint was really good, lasted, a couple of years, But I made sometimes 10 grand a summer.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
Doing that. I'd go.
waste my time
I'd
with
go.
toilet paper.
I'd go to the little cities around North Texas, and I would do that. So you can make a lot of money just painting addresses on curbs.
Nice.
I used to work for UPS, like one of their shipping warehouses, which you think, oh, you're just dealing with boxes. But actually, I was a picker where you would have thousands of different kinds of products all over this huge warehouse. And you'd get a list at the beginning of the day of like hundreds of different items. And you'd have to go with these huge crates and go find like tennis shoes,
Oh, that would drive me
umbrellas,
nuts.
but you would never think
Wow.
that all these items were just in one warehouse. And then you'd have to go and package them and send them off.
Oh my gosh.
It was annoying.
Hey, Tanner the Millennial, have you ever had a weird job over there?
The weirdest job that I had, my hometown had a carnival that happened every summer, and I would basically be the parking lot flagger.
Were you a carny?
I was hoping you'd say Carney.
Me too. I was like, please, God.
Please be a barker.
I was the parking lot flagger where I'd run around and find parking spots for people to park at and flag them to their spot.
We'd love to hear from you, whether you're listening at home, at work, maybe you're in the car, on the app, about maybe some of your most unusual jobs. Check some of these out. Actor for a haunted house. Somebody just texted in bingo announcer, a rodeo clown.
Cool. My mom dated one of those. That's a cool job.
A rodeo clown?
Yeah. And
Really?
The whole
That explains so much.
whatever.
A fingerprint analyzer.
Well, that would be cool.
An interpreter for a government agency. Wow, we're talking about America's most unusual jobs. A phone psychic.
I want to do that.
Are people still really calling those psychic hotlines?
Of
Really?
course they are.
Can you believe how much money they're probably still making a ton of money?
There's probably
Maybe they'll text you your fortune now.
yeah. There's probably an app for that.
Let's see. A quiz writer for competitions. Rescue squad for pets. Again, talking about America's most unusual jobs. A urinalysis observer. Somebody who walks in the bathroom with people.
That's the worst.
Do they really? I mean,
Yeah, they have to observe
to
to make
watch
sure you're not
you.
cheating.
Really?
Yeah, because to make sure that you don't cheat and that you haven't smuggled urine in there.
Well, Jenna, you'd be great at that, right? I'm sure you know all
Smuggling
that.
urine or watching
I'm saying I'm sure you know all the tricks of the trade.
During the Olympics, they
Yeah.
actually have someone that goes 12 hours a day when they're
Can
going
you
through
imagine?
the testing cycles.
All right, we continue to talk about the most bizarre jobs. A Christmas tree decorator.
fun.
Would that be fun?
The
Yeah.
best job
Sounds
ever.
like torture to me.
Oh, what about this? Jenna, maybe you'd love this too. A zoo artificial inseminator.
Wait, what's that?
Don't ask.
Don't worry about it,
I'll
buddy.
tell you later.
Just Google it.
F-I-T with a Z, players.
Now,
It's the Fitz Show.
It's time to open the Fitz box and read his Twitters and
Snapchat,
Facebooks
Instagram,
and
Twitter,
maybe Snapchat. And by the way, you can continue to send your questions and your comments and your concerns to facebook.com/followfitz. That's facebook.com/followfitz. I want to give everybody a sounding board, an opportunity to say whatever you want to say, good, bad, and ugly. I think that's only fair.
It is.
You know what I mean? I just want to ask everybody for, hey, if you're still getting used to us, give us a couple of days. That's all we ask for,
Okay.
All right, cool. Dear Fitz, I heard you a couple of days ago and your dog was in the studio. Do you really bring your dog to work? If so, why don't you let Jenna bring her ducks that she has on her farm?
Yes.
No, because ducks are disgusting and ducks poop everywhere. You know that.
Yeah, they just drop it where they are,
Yeah.
wherever
And
that
so-
is.
And by the
Drop
way,
it like it's hot.
yeah, and it is hot, by the way.
What's the difference between that and Susie?
Well, Susie's sweet, and and she's my Boston Terrier, and she's sweet, and everybody loves her. And Susie's a little show mascot.
Well-
so yeah, I bring my dog to work.
Lavender's sweet too, and she's rooting right now, so that'd be really fun. She could bring her eggs with her.
That's good. I'll be happy to make some scrambled eggs. Is what I'd like to do. Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay. Hey, dear Fitz, did Jenna, your head of security, quit vaping? I know she had a serious addiction to nicotine. Can you have her explain what she's doing? Are you still having your nicotine withdrawals and stuff like that?
I have officially not been on nicotine for 8 days now, and
Wow, man, Go ahead.
I have only wanted to kill like 17 people and cry every other day. And
Right.
I had to get a mouth guard for how bad I grind my teeth. But besides that, it's going
Wow,
great.
because of the lack of nicotine, you had to start chewing on something?
Yeah, at night I've been grinding my teeth and I've been having these crazy dreams about smoking and drinking and being crazy. And it's like I feel like my addictions are coming out in my dreams.
Hang on. Hey, are we going to save this audio for future? Okay.
Exhibit A.
Your Honor, Exhibit A. Let's go ahead and do a save that for that one. Okay, let's move on. Good Lord. Let's see what else. Hey, dear Fitz, I heard you guys talking about LARPing the other day, and I love it. First of all, what's a LARP?
Live action role play.
Okay. And that's where people like show up and dress like medieval. These are adults dressing up like medieval knights and
That's
stuff like that.
exactly what
Pretty
it
much.
is.
Yeah. She goes on to say, stop picking on people with imaginations and people who LARP. You're just jealous.
Yeah.
From Juliet.
Thanks, Juliet.
Of course.
You're one of my people.
Juliet, I could promise you I am not jealous of LARPers in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I'm sure I'm jealous and insecure about a lot of things. There's no doubt. A lot of things. But I could promise you I'm not insecure about you being a LARPer and me not being a LARPer.
That's fun.
I think that if someone challenged
Man,
him to
you guys
like
need another hobby. You're dressing up as knights and you're grown. Well, Drew, you're a grown man, and Tanner, you're 20. I guess I get that.
What do you mean? I don't dress up like a knight.
You showed up to the LARP party.
I went to a party where people do that.
Well, you know what I mean.
And I'll tell you, my friend.
You're guilty of it. Guilt by association.
Well, I'm with Juliet here because
Yeah.
a friend and I who went to the party, when we left, we said, you know what? Good for them. These people have a hobby. They all seem to be enjoying themselves.
I can feel
we
your
don't get
judgment.
it, but good for them.
You don't feel my judgment.
I can feel it from here, man. It's radiating. Just because we like to hit each other with foam fingers, I mean swords. doesn't
Are you
mean-
saying? Are you saying that I really want to be hit with foam fingers and dress like a knight?
I think so.
Dress like a knight.
I think,
I think there's
what
a theater component to you that would absolutely love that.
yes.
Let me get to one more here. That's to be determined, by the way. Hey, Fitz, I'm so sick of Jenna, your head of security, saying that dad bods are gross. What does she know? Dad bods rule. I have worked hard for my movies. Sincerely, proud dad bod owner, Jeff. Yeah, you have been hating on a lot of the dad bods, and you've been making fun of Tanner the Millennial
Yeah.
with his man boobs. Do you have anything to
He's
say?
not a dad, and he's got a weird dad bod already. And you guys get mad at
Jenna,
me for doing
you know,
CrossFit, high
you-
cholesterol, pancreatic disease.
Oh, my God.
You worry.
She's condemning you.
Jenna,
Hey, Jenna, easy on the judgment.
Jenna,
Easy.
you worry a
we
lot
talk about
about other people's bodies.
You are absolutely so judgmental, and it's not fair. All right, we'll be right back. This is The Fitz Show.
Real funny.
Just getting started.
The Fitz Show.